Ever since I started making videos about chatting roughly 2 months ago, I have been getting lots of people sending me DMs and asking to work for me. Now, on the one hand, I do consider this very flattering because, I'm flattered that you would want to work for me after watching my videos, because I'm not trying to paint a picture of like, oh, please come work for me. It's so great. It's so amazing. You're going to love it. I kind of do the opposite. I kind of try to talk people out of it. Really, what I do is I make these videos for my existing team, and I try to speak as directly to them as possible so that they understand what's expected of them. However, I decided to make this video because most of the people who send me DMs who want to work for me are not good enough to work for me, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. Now, if you still want to throw your hat into the ring and you still want to, send me a DM and ask me if you can work for me, by all means, go ahead. It's a free country. The internet is a free place. But just understand that you'll probably be politely declined. So reason number one, why you can't work for me. You're not a man. You're a woman. Okay. I don't hire women. I do not hire female chatters. I don't hire women for any role. I don't hire them as chatters. I don't hire them as virtual assistants. Models, of course. All my models are women. And if my models are watching this, I love working with all of you. You're all delightful. But if they are not talent, then I do not have any interest in working with them in any capacity. And that includes especially chatters. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. One of the main things that a chatter is required to possess is a burning desire to earn lots of money. And I just don't feel like women have that in their lives. Because as a man, we understand that money is really the key to getting what you want in life. For women, you have a lot of potential keys to getting what you want in life, one of which is connecting with the right man. And I feel like women are much more easily satisfied with simple things than men are. Men are as well. This is not like, oh, all women are like this and all men are like that. But for example, women are more likely to mindlessly scroll on TikTok. Women are more likely to eat junk food and get fat. Women are just more susceptible to distraction, I guess. Anyway, there's a lot of reasons why I won't hire women, but not least among them is the fact that I feel that most of them just lack the desire to go through what is required to be a good chatter. Now, I will say that I have worked with some incredible female salespeople in my previous job. In fact, I would even argue that the best salespeople I've ever seen have been women, and they blew the men out of the water, and they were heartless and cutthroat and very money motivated. But from what I've seen, Filipino women, they're just not, they don't have that same fucking killer instinct. Like the girls that I worked with, mainly Latina girls, mainly actually Mexican girls, some black girls, and your odd white girl here and there who was good. Lots of Israelis, and they're all fucking just hungry caterpillars who would fucking step over a dead body to go fucking earn another $100. However, like I said, Filipino women, I'm sorry, you're delightful, but I just am not interested in employing you in a professional capacity as a chatter. Reason number two why you can't work for me is that you're not willing to work 7 days a week. So let's assume already that we've already kind of canceled out 50% of the population. I don't know if chatters are mainly women or mainly men. Let's assume it's 50-50. I have no idea. But if you're not willing to work for me for 7 days a week, if you're not willing to work 7 days a week, then I am not interested in employing you. I'm not looking for anybody who is not willing to work 7 days a week. Yes, I understand life happens, emergencies, your birthday, some event or something. You're not able to be there all day, every day. I'm not completely heartless, but I'm looking for people who are ready to commit a lot of time and a lot of effort to this so that I know that I can rely on them. And I don't want to have to change things around and shuffle things around so that you have your one day to go and lie around and do nothing. I don't have a day where I lie around and do nothing. Why should you have a day where you lie around and do nothing? Just because I don't, the subs are not taking the day off either. The customers don't take a day off. So why would I take a day off? Why would you take a day off? It just doesn't make sense in that way, right? If you want to be normal, if you want to be average, you want to have your weekend, you want to have your day off to go fucking sit around and do nothing, fine. But like, let's be honest, this job is you sitting at a computer and typing. And it's not, you don't need the day off to like rest your body from working in the fucking coal mine. You're not carrying trays and carrying plates and working in a restaurant. You're not doing backbreaking work as a bartender, lifting fucking buckets of ice and crouching down and your knees are hurting. You sit at a fucking desk on a computer in an air-conditioned room and go like this with your fingers. This is you all day. So it's not anything that I believe requires a day off. And that goes for me as well. I don't take any days off. I can't even remember the last time where I had a day where I was like, oh, I'm just not going to work on anything today. And I'm just going to do other stuff today. It has never happened. Well, it's not true. It has happened, of course. But like, it has not happened for me that I can remember in recent memory for OFM. Number 3, you're not willing to work 12 hours a day. So this is similar to the last one, but if you think that you're going to come and work, and yes, it's 7 days a week, but if you think you're going to put in a regular 8-hour workday, that's what cracks me up, is that I'll get chatters who hit me up sometimes and they're like, hey, I'm a chatter. I have this experience. I'm interested in working for you. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and we start going through the process. And then they're like, well, what shifts do you have available? I'm like, there are no shifts. Your shift is all the time. Your shift is when you are awake. That is your shift. You are awake, go to the computer, and you're not like, I don't know, fucking whatever, in the hospital or bleeding or taking a shit or something. Go to your computer and fucking work and go make sales. Are there subs there? Are you able to have conversations with the subs? Yes. Well, then go to fucking work. This is not the type of thing where like you get to clock in and clock out. Like, you get paid if you sell. And so I need you to sell as much as possible. That's just how it is. And if you're not willing to do that for honestly at least 12 hours a day, my top people, they work more than 12 hours a day. So, and okay, fine. Is it bad? Is it wrong? Am I a bad person? I guess, sure. But don't work for me then. Go work for somebody else. And plenty of agencies out there will put you in your little 8-hour block and like let you go and do your thing and give you a day off every week. If that's what you want to do, fine. You'll be a chatter for the rest of your life, earning your fucking $3 and 3% commission. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Best of luck to you. Lots of agencies out there that I'm sure would love to hire you, but that's not me. Reason number 4 why you can't work for me is that you don't follow instructions. So this is a major, major one for me, and something that this is the type of thing that I just notice about people immediately. Okay. Regardless of who it is, even if they're not going to work for me, even if it's just a peer or a friend or a family member, maybe I don't really know why it is, whatever the reason is, but like I assess them on their communication ability. If I ask them, this is something actually, I don't know if my mom is watching this, but like this drives me crazy about my mom sometimes, where like I will ask her a question and it'll be very clear what the answer could be. Like, I don't know, what the fuck did I ask her recently? I don't know. Have you guys, whatever, have you gone to the gym lately is what I'll ask her, about them. Cause I'm always on them to go to the fucking gym, and she'll come up with some other answer, be like, oh, we had to do this. And I'm like, yes or no. Did you go to the gym lately? Anyway, whatever. So shit like that. If it's my mom, I can't fire my mom. You can't fire your mom, but like you're fucking ass from the Philippines. I can fucking fire you and I can block you and I can choose to never talk to you again. And this is the type of thing, like I said, that I test for immediately in potential employees. And the way that I test for this is that I have now a multi-step hiring process. There's like 5 steps to the hiring process. In order to even get to the point where you are looking at an account, there's like 5 steps. You got to reply to the job ad with a specific list of things. Then you do that, you got to go fucking take a test for an hour. Then you do that, you got to fucking go and watch, 4 hours worth of videos and read my article. Then if you do that, you got to take a fucking quiz. You got to take another test, right? Then you got to pass the role play with me. And along all these steps here, I'm looking to see if you follow the instructions, because I give very clear instructions. It's not hard to figure out like what I want you to do. I will say, do this, do this, do this. If I get some shit back that doesn't follow those instructions or is missing something, then it's like, okay, well, clearly you don't care enough about this job to be able to like even do your best on, you're not even hired yet. So what makes me think, why should I think that you are going to be any good when you are actually given the account? So being able to follow instructions, like I will pretty much accept any person if they can follow instructions, any person. But those people are in surprisingly short supply. Reason number 5, you are a mercenary, not a soldier. Okay. And I'll explain what this means in a second, but let me just say first that in my organization now, I am looking for soldiers. Soldiers, I have another video coming up on this soon, but briefly, soldiers are committed to accomplishing the mission, and they do as they're told. Now, I'm not going to lord it over you. I'm not asking you to do anything that is against your best interests. Everything that I ask you to do, I only ask you to do it because it will provide the highest likelihood of you earning as much money as possible, therefore earning me the most money as possible. And soldiers are just better at following instructions. Soldiers also, anybody who has ever volunteered to join the military, as I did, you usually don't do it for the money. You usually do it because there are other things involved with being a soldier that you find appealing. Maybe you like the discipline, maybe you like the camaraderie, maybe you like whatever. Now, if we compare that to mercenaries are in it for the paycheck alone. They go, they do a job, it's contractual work, and they bring their own problems with them. They don't buy into the company culture or whatever it is. And again, if you're a mercenary, that's fine. No judgment. I was a fucking mercenary my entire sales career. And when I was the most cold-blooded mercenary that there was, I would go work for whoever the fuck I wanted. I would go work for whoever had the best conditions. I would go work for whoever gave me the best fucking terms. Oh, you'll give me a free apartment and 30% commission? Great. Oh, you'll give me a free apartment, 35% commission, and you'll pay for my flight? Deal. Oh, you'll do all that and you'll fucking give me a $50 like grocery budget every day? Sold. I didn't fucking care. I was in it for the money. I didn't give a fuck what fucking agency or what company I worked for. It literally did not matter to me. Nor did they try to filter for that. They were perfectly fine just hiring a bunch of mercenaries and having us go and do our job for which they would pay us. And that's just the culture of that industry. And maybe that's the culture of the OnlyFans industry as well. However, for me, I am acutely aware that if I don't bring in good people who want to stay and want to grow as I grow, and I hate even saying that because that's like corporate speak that I've heard from every fucking job ad that I've ever answered, but it's actually true. I don't want mercenaries to come in and do a job and leave. I want people who are like, I like that guy. I like the cut of his jib and I believe in him and I think that he's going places and I want to attach myself to him so that I can go places too. And that is what a soldier does, not a mercenary. Reason number 6, why you can't work for me. You're damaged goods. Every single chatter that I now have 5 good chatters, bless the Lord in heaven. But I was 4 for a long time. I've finally acquired a 5th who sold $500 something on his first day. He's very good, very promising, a little rough around the edges. Nobody's perfect, but I believe that if he continues like this and he continues to take the feedback as he has been, if he continues along those lines, then he will be a welcome addition to the team. However, that person had no experience as an OnlyFans chatter. Neither did the other 4 high-quality soldiers that I have selling content and operating as chatters, did they? They had no experience as OnlyFans chatters. They'd never worked with another agency before. I was the first agency that they worked with. Or if they worked for another agency, they lied to me and told me they hadn't. Maybe. Okay. But like, as far as I understand, they have not. And that was intentional. Okay. That was 100% intentional. Why? Because I've worked with a lot of experienced chatters, and every single one of them, 100% of them, I don't even know how many there were, 100% of them were awful. There weren't even any average ones. I didn't even see an average one. They were all terrible. And I was like, oh, well, if all of the experienced chatters are just awful, then I don't want to work with them. I would rather, like, in sales, you got to understand that, like, and this is, of course, you know, a dig at myself, but people who apply for sales jobs, it's known they're not usually very high quality people. Yeah, there's some diamonds in the rough here and there where, like, whatever, this guy's like smart and educated and savvy and with it, and like he just fucking catches on right away and he crushes and he's amazing and blah, blah, blah. Most people that apply for sales jobs in America, not talking about other countries, but in America, you apply for a commission-only sales job. The only reason you applied for that job is because you literally cannot get a job anywhere and you are desperate, and the only place that would hire you is a fucking sales organization that is only going to pay you if you sell anything. They'll hire anybody, because what do they care? They don't have to fucking pay you any money if you don't sell anything. You come in, you try it out, you work for a couple of days, you don't sell anything, you slink out the back door with your tail between your legs, you disappear, they don't fucking call you, they don't chase you, and you don't fucking give them a reason. That's just how it is. And that role does not attract high quality people. Usually doesn't attract people with a college education. Not that people with a college education are, you know, by their nature better than people without, but on average, somebody who went to college, like, at least they come from a better socioeconomic background, which has all kinds of implications as well, like usually come from a better home and all that. Now, when it comes to chatters, I don't even really care about that. I'm sure all of you Filipino people, you're just lovely and amazing and super nice. And if I showed up at your doorstep, you would invite me in with welcome arms and cook me dinner and take an interest in me, and you're just delightful. But if you've worked for another OnlyFans agency, then unfortunately, you have been exposed to, you know, radioactive management policies. You've picked up a lot of bad habits, and I am fearful that if accepted into my organization, you will poison the minds of the people who are currently working for me, who I've tried very hard to keep them focused by keeping out all forms of negative influence on them. And you will be a negative influence as an experienced chatter, because as somebody with experience, and this is not necessarily because you're a bad person, but when you have experience and you work in a sales role, what happens is that you go to the new place and you compare what was good about the old place with what's bad about the new place. And I know it's going to lead to complaining, and I know it's going to lead to fucking poisoning the minds of the other salespeople, and their numbers will drop. So I'm just not interested. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Now, that said, I have had people hit me up who I've given them a chance with no experience, and it has turned out well, period. Okie doke. Number 7, you're not drinking the Kool-Aid. Okay. Why you can't work for me? You're not drinking the Kool-Aid. If somebody wants to work for me as a closer, I have openers and closers now. I'll make another video about that. But if somebody wants to work for me as a closer, you need to drink the Kool-Aid. And what does that mean? You need to be on board with me. You need to be on board with my management style. You need to fucking like my videos. You need to like the direction that I am headed in. You need to know about me. You need to be a fucking fan. Like, and this has nothing to do, I mean, it's a nice ego boost, of course, but like, that's not the main reason. The main reason is because if you are not all of those things, then when I communicate with you, you will harbor bitterness and resentment, and it will affect your work, and I won't get the most out of you. I need you to believe, if you want to work for me, I need you to believe that you think I'm a fucking really cool person. I'm a great guy with an amazing head on my shoulders, that I've accomplished a lot of great things, and that I am headed on a trajectory to accomplish even more great things. And, you know, until recently, I didn't even really believe this about myself, to be honest with you, but I also wasn't fucking hiring and training salespeople by myself. Now I am. It requires a shift in my behavior, and you have to believe that that shift is genuine, and that, you know, the trajectory is, you know, J-curve upwards. Because if I'm, like I said, I'm not going to get the best out of you unless you are drinking the Kool-Aid. And I need the best out of you because I have big plans. I want to scale. And all of the people that come and work for me who are talented and produce results and do a good job, guess what? I am not thinking about you doing your little $500 in sales today. I'm thinking about tomorrow having you run a team and having you manage people, and sending you more models, and just fucking expanding, and all of us making more money. And in order to do that, I'm, like I said, I'm not looking for mercenaries. I'm not looking for good, talented people who are not loyal to the cause and aren't drinking the Kool-Aid. I want you to drink the Kool-Aid as well. I would rather have Kool-Aid drinkers who are less talented than non-Kool-Aid drinkers who are more talented. Cool. So those are the 7 reasons why you can't work for me. Let me know what you think. Drop me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.